When Blueface got locked up, we thought it was the end of Chrisean. We were like, what the hell is Chrisean gonna do now? Isn't Blueface the one that makes the big bucks? Which isn't entirely true. She does have her own things, like she's been on multiple Baddies episodes. She's been appearing on multiple different shows, but one of the main concerns for fans and just people overall about Chrisean is the fact that she doesn't really necessarily take care of her child. Now, this is a pretty crazy statement to make if you kind of look at it from the perspective that she does have a disabled child, which I'm not gonna go deep on. We did see her start drinking and like doing potentially drugs during her pregnancy, which made a lot of people and fans just not rock with her. Now, she did recently make a video kind of announcing that she isn't really making much money, that Blueface had to sell a lot of his jewelry, and essentially just it's not adding up. And if you kind of think about it, the lifestyle that they carry with them like having a bunch of chains and going out and doing all this crazy stuff, it makes sense for them to not be able to afford that kind of lifestyle. So this brings Chrisean over to try to infiltrate the Twitch stream world, which it makes sense for her to do because she thrives off controversy, but it's not the good kind of controversy which would make her famous, but rather make people talk poorly of her and eventually kind of lead her to the point where she would get banned, because I'm sure that a lot of the stuff that she wants to do would break TOS. Now, this Twitter page called Exposing Chrisean really just goes around and talks poorly of Chrisean and quote unquote exposes her. And on this tweet, I knew that going live on Twitch would backfire on her ass. She's too slow to hide blatant neglect in motion, and she's talking about the kid. If this isn't visual proof that she doesn't give a rat's ass about her disabled child, I don't know what could be. This poor child is suffering every day with no love to be found. Sad. Now, there's multiple videos of Chrisean just kind of maybe not paying attention to their kid the way that she should be. Now, that same day around the same time, this person tweeted, Chrisean Rock says Blueface sold his jewelry and she needs to get back to work to make money for their family.
I get a call because I'm like, he's trying to figure out why. He like, I'm about to wire you $40,000 just to sit in the house. I'm like, baby, that's not smart. And I feel him. I believe him. I feel you, but it's things I have to do. I have to do the streaming stuff. I got to do this little prom stuff in Houston. I got to do these bookings that I just got booked for from Kim. All right, so I'm finna get to work, right? But I need to keep making money so I can, yeah, all right, cool. He like telling me he finna wire me some money just to stay in the house. I really think that he should wire me the money for the baby, but shoot, if it's for me to stay in the house, well, look, we don't need the money that bad. Like, all right, cool. The real reason why I won't stay in the house was because, all right, when me and Blueface broke up for those 4 months, he didn't have nobody to facilitate bills, nothing. So he pawned all his jewelry and paid all his bills. I don't know why you don't have access to those accounts that has the money. I don't know what the case may be, but he had to pawn it to get new money. And then when we got back together, he telling me, the things I had to do to still keep my house, like, you just left me high and dry. And I'm just like, bro, this relationship should be a healthy thing. Like, I'm not finna be doing anything for anybody. So we get back together. I'm like, look, I ain't finna take off. I'm finna go get your chains to make sure we are straight as a family so you could come home and be straight.
Now, honestly, that video was really confusing because she says that she doesn't need the money and that she's going out to work, but she's asking Blueface to wire her $40,000 just for the baby. And then there's this other tweet that says, well, after less than 48 hours of moving into Blueface's house due to being homeless, Chrisean has been evicted. This is the condition of the house after only being in there for 2 days. So she moved into Blueface's house after not living there for a while, after them being broken up, and the house is a complete and total disaster. So Blueface kicks her out, but then she's mad that she's not. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. But really, one of the main things that people are talking about is not like her money situation, but rather how she's portraying herself to be now that she's starting to try to get into like the whole Twitch industry. 4 Twitch employees saved Chrisean Rock's baby after she left it inside a car because she was preparing for streamer prom. Now, this was a couple days ago when Funny Marco threw streamer prom and had a bunch of streamers show up. It was supposed to be this big event for creators, and Chrisean was one of the people that was supposed to show up and go. And apparently she had a couple Twitch employees come to her house before to kind of help her set things up and show her how things are done. I'm assuming, I'm not sure why they were there to begin with, but the Twitch person had to leave because she left the baby in the car and clearly was just kind of yelling at Blueface on the phone most of the time. And it's a weird situation, honestly, but you can watch this video.
Call me later. I just don't want to argue. You can stay on the phone.
I guess you're busy, so I'm going to call you later.
Huh? I'm not busy at all.
Yeah, I guess you're busy, so I'm going to call you later.
I'm not even busy.
Okay. You're busy right now.
Huh? I'm not busy. I'm not busy. I'm not busy. Do you mind taking them to the car? Thank you.
Do you mind taking them to the car? Thank you.
There's like 400 people here to deal with this. Is she alive still?
Here you go. Here I come, Papa. Hey, it's okay. Okay. Well, is Jack coming?
Jack's driving.
Then Poetic Flacco posted this video of Chrisean with the caption, Chrisean Rock crashing out after Blueface exposed that she was homeless and Chrisean Jr. is disabled, which we all knew there was no exposing about any of this. The homeless part is kind of crazy. I don't know what he meant really by homeless because I don't know. Weird. But this is how she acted when that news came out.
Fine, everything is perfectly fine. Everything is perfectly fine. I can say it so many times. Ain't sh okay. Ain't sh fine. You see how I just try to did you see how I just try to convince myself?
Now there's another page called Chrisean Jr., which is based on Chrisean's baby, and the profile picture is the baby. It's crazy, honestly, a crazy parody account. But this is the image of Chrisean, what she looks like in her dress and whatnot. And I mean, I'm not gonna go for her looks and whatnot, but this is the crazy part. I don't know if we have to blur this out, but it's toys that shouldn't be just laying around at the house, especially like right next to a baby. And this is part of the stuff that they found at the house. Diapers on the floor is nuts. You change your baby's diaper, just throw it in the trash can. This is like dirty and musty for you to do. This is honestly so gross for you to do. So I understand why a lot of people like, you know, like that bitch, you live like this. But what people notice is that Chrisean had like main character energy the entire streamer prom and kept approaching like the bigger streamers like DDG and try to dance on them or talk to them to the point where it's like, who are you? And you can tell how uncomfortable all the guys were because obviously they're not going to be grinding on Chrisean when like Blueface and them are a thing. That's a whole nother drama that they probably are trying to orchestrate in the background just so Blueface could lose it on them. I can see that being the thing, but none of them were dumb enough to do that. So she just looks dumb and weird. Now, some people were saying India might want to let this one slide because Chrisean would for sure whoop India. Like, she's literally built for fighting and throwing hands. Like, she's literally going on TV doing that. That's how she makes her money, apparently. She honestly should be an MMA fighter. Now, when she sobers up and understands what happened, India better run. Does she know who Chrisean Rock is? That's basically a male athlete. She better be in them texts apologizing before the crystal wears off. Now, this is another video of Chrisean looking crazy, and there's speculation about Chrisean having smoked crystal because she was, like, uncontrollably laughing. Some people were saying that she was drunk, but she just looks crazy. She was flirting.
What you say? I'm saying that,
Hey, we about to do best dress in the room.
I don't know if it was crystal meth or what, but she for sure had a lot of energy to be laughing like that. There's no joke that, you know, could possibly be that funny where she's jumping around. Now, academics tweeted Chrisean had been banned from Twitch after leaving her baby inside a car because of the previous video. For hours, I don't know about hours, academics might just be talking shit, which later had to be saved by Twitch employees, which I don't think the Twitch employees actually walked in. A little bit of clickbait here. Now, this later moves over to Wendy Ortiz and says that DDG can't save her from a fade. Now, she's trying to fade Wendy. It wasn't India. She's not doing nothing to India, but she's for sure trying to fade him. And I'll show you guys why, but this is what she said.
Wendy, you do not look better than me. See, I know a couple y'all is not down. What's wrong with these people? They're literally trolling. Bro, even with the tooth out, y'all still ain't with me, cuz. Long ass nose, huh?
Man, the baddie franchise, as far as like
them big ass filler, like she just baked in her face. Y'all can't see me in a fade.
her,
Y'all can't see me in a fade.
Carissa.
And it's no filter. I did this on purpose. Face structure and all, y'all side profile, nothing. Oh, you got a little clout. That won't fade me. Keep running.
Wendy's burnt out for that because
Yeah,
she
she's
knows
white, right? And don't let that DDG. He can't protect you, bro.
that's her brother or something.
I don't know. I think that's why she.
That
feel
was
like she-
India's
she-
date. That DDG was
No,
India's
but
date.
it's just it's certain hang out with certain, and she think, you know, like, who qualified you?
Now, low key, Chrisean's smart. She knows that if she like tries to target and like try to fight these people, she's gonna go viral because the streamer community has such a large audience that if she jumps in and just starts trying to fight every single female streamer, she's gonna go viral and people are gonna pay attention to it. So a very smart move. But the reason why she's kind of roasting Wendy is because of this video over here.
Use a bitch. If anybody asking to sign the prenup, TT will be asking you, can you sign the prenup? You're the bitch. So, all that fake love shit that you was showing that stream of prom, you're a bitch. Of course you'll be like, you're scared of me. Only say that because I'm really that bitch and I'm really pretty in real life. And I really got that good, yeah. You talking about that crash out, Kunta Kinte. What are you talking about? Of course a bitch like you would say something with your pretty ass. Nigga, you her lap dog. Don't come over here, bro. I have some real that check your weird ass. So when I see you, keep that same energy, bro. We're not doing this with no pretty little looking ass, female looking ass, bro.
Now, low-key, I don't see a future where Chrisean keeps on getting invited by anybody, honestly, especially if she's going to be bringing, like, game-related stuff to streams and, like, start threatening people with, like, I feel like this is kick material. Now, this is the video that triggered that reaction from Chrisean.
My fight? Chad, you think I'm finna get on Chrisean's bad side? The interaction we had was solid. Okay? I met Chrisean, she was cool as fuck. Alright? We gonna keep it that way. That's on y'all. I can't help y'all with that one. She seemed cool. She seemed like a genuine person. I don't think if Wendy never said that, then she would have been chill, you know? So maybe she just took that the wrong way. That's between them and God. Do not put me in that.
Now, an hour ago, as I was filming this video, Wendy just responded to Chrisean, and this is what she had to say.
Okay, well, my problem... Okay, let's practice, guys. Low-key, I'm gonna... You know what I should do? I should go take a boxing class. That's what I should do. But my problem is...
Low-key, she's gonna need more than a goddamn boxing class. She's gonna need taser class, a whole World War III preparation class if she's gonna be fighting Chrisean.
I don't care about, like, throwing punches. I just care about grabbing hair and getting them to the floor, which is not the best thing. But my thinking is if I already have them to the floor, I can drag them.
Yeah, so a lot of people are going to start talking crazy. Chrisean's for sure going to be talking crazy about this. This is going to keep getting worse and worse as time goes on. But what do you guys think about the whole Chrisean situation? How do you feel about her getting kicked out of Blueface's house? How dirty the house was, the whole baby situation, how she's technically not really taking care of it, how the baby's disabled and a lot of people are talking like bad about that. How do you guys feel about that situation? The Wendy Ortiz and brother thing, that's a whole new thing too. I want to know what you guys think. Make sure you leave a comment below.